Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites. Sorry about that, having a little bit of I hate when the technology want to glitch right when you're trying to do something. If you can hear and see me, put a 1 in the chat. Thank you so very much, Mogul Maze, for the early contribution to the show. We're gonna really get into it today, so thank you so much. I appreciate you. Okay, great. So I had to come back because there have been updates to the whole Glorilla situation. And that situation we really got to look at it. It's beyond whether or not it's petty, tacky, you know what I'm saying? It's beyond whether or not that this is like like gossipy. Because when you really take a look at what's going on, what's happening with Glorilla and her sister and her siblings and her family that her sister put on blast is something very common among the Black community and Black families. The sense of entitlement to other people's come up, but also not just the sense of entitlement to another person's come up, but the financial illiteracy and the mindset. And also what people will do, quote unquote, this is her sister. This is her blood sister doing this. How far people will go to throw you under the bus, and we really have to take a deep dive into why her sister doesn't have anything, why her sister is online begging, why her sister's broke, why is her sister living this grimy little life that she lives. Why do she do that? And we have to come to understand that people being chronically broke, impoverished, not just I don't got money right now, but people who are impoverished, people who constantly can't get ahead, they can't get nothing, it leave as soon as it come, the money don't never help them. It's not about the money, it's about the energy, the mindset. It's about how she going about her life. And what Glorilla's sister is doing, how she's thinking and how she moving is how the majority of Black people move. Majority. Keeping a victim mindset, it go hand in hand with a poverty mindset. A victim mindset goes hand to hand with a poverty mindset. Because in order to maintain a poverty mindset, you have to maintain a victim's mindset. The world owes you something. Everything else is unfair. Your circumstances are not a direct reflection of the decisions that you have or have not made up until that point. We have more control over our outcomes in life than we think that we have. And those who run around, you know what I'm saying? Nothing ever goes, nothing ever pans out, nothing ever works out, and it's everybody else's fault, often remain in that state from young to old. They be old, never made nothing out of themselves, never got up out of the rut they was in. You come back and they was on the block at 25 and you got them on the block at 55. They still on the block. I seen a video of a guy, black dude. This was an older Gen X, like older Gen X, not even the young spectrum of Gen X, the older Gen X. The woman was yelling at him to get out of the car. He was in the driver's seat. It was her car. Whatever they was arguing about, blah, 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 blah. She arguing with him, telling him, get out the car, get out. He ends up getting out of the car. This is a man, had a full white beard. Had a full white beard. An old man. This man had to be approaching 60. If he wasn't. Pants was sagging. Had a little bottle in his hand. He went on and crawled out of the car. She got in the driver's seat. He tried to get on around to the passenger side. Why you won't let me in? Da, 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 da. And she just pulled off. How toxic do you have to be? How toxic do you have to be? Low-key said he saw that video. How toxic do you have to be? Whatever her issues is, she got some type of deficiencies because she was even with him. So whatever she got going on. And then what he had going on was apparent in how he even presented himself physically. Because sagging and having you a little something in your hand and this, that, and the third, that's for young people. You see a young man like that, you'll still shake your head at a young man. Like, boy, if you don't get yourself together, and you hope in the back of your mind that as he grow older, he'll get some maturity about himself and realize, you know, you grow out of stuff. You get older, you get more mature, you grow out of things. You change around, you know, you make better decisions for yourself at some point. The fact that he was still trying to be a YN. If you was a young hood, you know what I'm saying? You was a young YN. If you hit 40, really earlier than that, but we gonna give it 40. If you hit 40, still talking about the same stuff that you was talking about at 20, I'm sorry, I regret to inform you that you have wasted 20 years. You have wasted 20 years. What have you been doing? You have not been edifying yourself, getting yourself together. You have not been figuring nothing out. You've been doing the same thing day in and day out, thinking that it's cute and thinking that it's cool. You look up 20 years later and you are old YN. How you are old YN? You don't realize that people laughing at you, not with you. It might have been passable. It might have been passable in your teens, your 20s. It's not passable once you get to a point where we consider you like grown, like when you gonna grow up? Like Nas said, you in your second childhood. You in your second childhood, what's wrong with you? You still doing the same thing year after year after year? And that's somebody else's fault? So we're going to take a look at a couple of these clips. Now, one of these clips is oh, let me go back to it. Let me go back to it. Hold on. I accidentally closed it. Hold on. And we're going to listen to a little bit of what Glo has to say about the entire situation. Hold on. Give me a little trouble. Here it is. Hopefully y'all can see that. We're going to let some of this play because this is Glorilla's response video to all of the shenanigans. And I'm going to show you some of these shenanigans that her sister has been up to since getting on live, trying to blast Glorilla, begging on TMZ, got money from Tory Lanez that she then proceeded to try to flex on the ground. Flexing on the ground with money you beg for is insane.
About how you got me sent to jail for a whole week. We ain't gonna talk about that. How you tried to shoot me and set me up. You got me sent to jail. We ain't gonna talk about none of that. All right. I ain't gonna talk about half the stuff you did. Just leave it alone. You doing you right now. Keep doing you. Keep my family out of it. Keep me out of it. You see, you went where you at all because you said my name. You could have been saying my name and did a positive. You went about it the wrong way, y'all, and now you'll never get a penny out of me. And y'all saying other people, the one.
Now, Glo said something that was accurate. See where you are just by saying my name? You could have went about that positively. You could have said my name and did something positive. But instead, you said my name and then tried to drag me. You said my name to get the attention and then tried to drag my name. After the history that we have has not been a good one. You've tried to set me up. You had me put in jail. You tried to shoot me. So we have not had a good relationship. We related by blood, but that's it. Because you ain't never been in my corner. We don't rock. We don't rock. Sister or not, we don't rock. I didn't rock with you before the money. So I'm not rocking with you because I made money. I don't rock with you because I don't rock with you. Me making money is irrelevant to the fact that I don't rock with you, period. You go your way, I go my way. I ain't acting funny with you. I don't talk to you. The money ain't got me acting funny with you. You got me acting funny with you. I don't talk to you because of you. I don't talk to you because we are oil and water. And it is what it is. You being my sister, that does not give any excuse for any of your behavior. And we don't have to deal with each other. If we can't get along and we're not going to ever see eye to eye on nothing, every time we come around, it's an argument, it's an altercation, it's something going on. We can't never be at peace. For one reason or the other, you don't like me, I don't like you. And Black people got it bad that if that's your family member, you shouldn't have boundaries. You shouldn't have boundaries with a family member. And if you don't mess with each other and one of you happens to become financially successful, you got to forget all the foolishment that went on before. And I got to give you money. I got to help you. Absolutely not. But the key thing that Glo said, I'm going to let it continue. The key thing that Glorilla said was you went about it a negative way. So you are trying to start your come up with negative energy, not even positive energy. There, Glorilla is recognizing, she's saying right here, there's two ways you could have went about getting some clout, getting a head start, getting a leg up on something, starting your social media, career or whatever the case may have been. You could have did that positively. You would have got a better result.
Y'all got y'all input to put on it. Y'all ain't never been. My whole life, even before I was rich, I always been the one that never asked for shit. I always been the one to do shit for motherfuckers. So y'all, the ones that feel where she coming from, y'all don't know shit because y'all ain't never been the ones to have shit. Like, I ain't fuck, like, my people I fuck with, they straight. My mama, she straight. Let me call my dad. Hold on. Y'all know how my dad look already. I can FaceTime him. Y'all swear everything I post. I ain't gonna talk about how you got me sent to jail for.
Whatever happened in the Woods family ain't none of y'all goddamn business. That's my business. All them my children. Victoria needs her mother. She know better.
Better worry how I treat you.
Man, look, you have been outstanding. I could never pay you back for all the shit. I don't know count.
You know that that's all that matters. You and my mama taken care of, and I'm happy.
You take damn good care of me.
Thank you, Dad.
You take damn good care.
You deserve it.
I ain't got no complaint.
You deserve it.
I could never pay you back for all you done. You done bought me cars, you gave me parts, you gave me plenty of money. I done traveled all over the United States with you. You have exceeded my wildest dream. Now, Gloria, you know I love all y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Good, bad, and ugly. But at the same time, for somebody to sit online and lie on you like that, I said, damn.
Yeah.
That's really messed up. Whatever happened in the woods.
But like I said, I don't like y'all being in the public because, like I said, you gonna do stuff like go work because you still want to, so it ain't no point of.
Why is she even paying attention to her sister? Because her sister brought her name into the public square. Her sister did this. And I get what you mean, but what we have to remember is Glorilla's young. Glorilla is in her 20s. Glorilla is not a 30, 40-year-old woman. She's also new money. This is new to her. She just is now making money. She just getting her feet wet with actually having like wealth, like a lot of money. She's likely, if she wants to keep her money, has had to learn financial literacy on the fly. She's had to learn stuff on the fly that she never knew before, that nobody was never in a position to teach her about money, about attracting money, about keeping money, and about growing her money. Black people, by and large, do not have financial literacy. We don't. We're broke because of it. We're impoverished because of it. She almost has to pay attention to her sister. I can't really blame Glo for this because, again, Glo is young. So I can't expect her to move like old money or like a matured woman because she's not. And her sister did this. Like, you're not going to drag my name. You're not going to put smut on my name. And I don't say nothing. And then you just run with it. You don't get to utilize the clout that come with me and then dog me at the same time. And then I'm not supposed to say nothing because I'm supposed to be, I guess, being the bigger person. Could she have ignored it? Maybe. But why should she? I'm gonna play a little bit more, but then I'm gonna play her sister talking.
Like, that's why I ain't want you. My mama begged me to put statements out to take her side, and no, she don't gotta do all that. Mom, you keep doing what you want to do. You keep getting spoiled every month, and you keep working because you want to work, because you don't want to lay on your back and beg nobody for nothing.
We resigned because the girl told where we were, the hours that we were going, so we had to resign.
And that's
Did you hear that? Because her sister essentially doxed her parents in an effort to drag Gloria's name. She ended up doxing her parents, her own parents, where they lived, where they worked, the hours, the this, the that. And this is the mother on the phone saying we had to resign because of the trouble that came with that. Like, that was problematic for them for whatever reason. The company probably just didn't want the attention drawn because it was negative attention. This is the result of trying to get money through negative means. Lying, scamming, scheming, throwing people under the bus in order to get your money up. This is why when people do that, the money don't last. Her mother wanted to work. Now, with the $2,500 that Tory Lane spent, give you, how much did you give your mama? Since that was supposedly the crux of the issue, how much money did you give your mom? How much money you give her? Since Glo was supposed to be giving her this, that, and the third, how much money did you give? Not much. Nothing. You didn't give her anything. I thought it was about your mom. I thought it was about helping the family. The fact that, listen, let me tell you something. The fact that her sister sat there and asked for $2,500 proves to you just how broke and broken that girl is. Because $2,500 ain't no money. Since when is $2,500 money? Since when? $25,000 is barely money. Because you can't really survive off of $25,000. If somebody handed you $25,000 every year, you could barely survive. That's an inch above the poverty line. Especially in this economy. $25,000 is like, oh, okay. I mean, you would be thankful if somebody just handed it to you, but at the same time, you can't sit down. If somebody handed me $25,000 right now, I couldn't sit down. I would have to make it work. If I wanted more than that, I would have to make it work. The fact that girl sat there and asked for somebody rent money and thought that was a big number. She thought that was like a number, like a real number. She didn't say, I want $250,000. She didn't mean $25,000 because TMZ asked her 2 to 3 times, you $22,500? Yeah, because she don't got no sense. Because she don't got the sense God gave a billy goat. And she don't know what no money is. She don't know what money is. No idea. No idea about money, the value of money, what money does, and what it takes to get it or keep it. That's why she broke. We're going to go on a quick commercial break, and then I'm going to show you the foolishness going on in this girl's head. You better talk about it. You got to figure out now how to make 10 stacks. You got to figure out how I'm going to make 10 stacks per month a month. Just to be able to say, okay. And people don't think that, 44. People think that's out of control. $10,000 in 2026. And don't let you have some responsibilities, some people to take care of. Don't let you have no kids. Don't let you have a wife or husband or house or car. Don't let you have none of that. Don't let you not want to be in the dregs of the hood. You ain't trying to live above your means. You just trying to live in like a decent space where you ain't gotta, you know what I'm saying, go outside and see a bunch of foolishness and hear no gunshots. You gotta make 10 stacks a month. You gotta make 10 stacks a month. And you got to figure out how you going to do it. Like real talk. You making less than that? I mean, you can get by. I'm not saying you can't live, but you know, you still watching it. You still watching it. Huh. You got to make your bare minimum got to be anywhere from 8 to 10. That's the bare minimum. In today's world, in the United States, you need to be making minimum 8 to 10 monthly, like without fail. Without fail. That means you got to have more than one stream of income. You got to have more than one. You can't just, unless that one thing is really hitting, you need more than one. And even if the one thing you do is hitting, you need more than one. Let's get this commercial break. After these messages, we'll be right back, because the link is pinned to the top of the chat, ashkicking.com. To keep your skin looking and feeling its absolute best, you need the body butter that is on the screen right now. They have a wonderful line of personal care products. And in order to see them, all you have to do is click the link at the top of the chat, ashkicking.com. If this is going to be your first order, please take advantage of the 10% discount using the promo code Crimson at checkout. Once again, the link is pinned to the top of the chat, ashkicking.com. I owe you guys a bam, 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 bam. You got to hit the like button. Bam, bam. You got to go ahead and hit the like button. I said thank you to Mogul Maze, and thank you to Low Key. So the real victim is the mom. She drugged her through the mud. Now we know she was a terrible mother. That's a good point. Not you to start stripping. Thanos said, listen, You know what I'm saying? You gotta start an OnlyFans, Thanos. Thanos gotta start an OnlyFans, y'all. Okay, but we gonna get back to it. We actually gonna get back to it. I want y'all to listen to this. Listen to this. Thank you, Frederick. So I was shut down asking about that queen, meaning last night, women still want to be treated like one, shaking my head. Thank you so much, Frederick, for your contribution. I greatly appreciate you. Okay. Listen to this so you can hear this girl's mindset.
Endorsement with Sheen, all types of
Shane.
Sheen, all types of
Shane.
Hell yeah, she got an endorsement with Sheen. I'm Googling her network every day and getting mad at her.
That's lying, though. Let me Google her
She
network.
do got endorsement with Sheen.
Let me Google her network. Hold on. Glorilla network 2026. Ain't nothing pop up. 23 mil. 2 to 3 million? That ain't shit.
That's why I just want 2,500.
But you gotta think about it. 3 million.
She got endorsement with Sheen, all types of
Shane.
Hell yeah, she got an endorsement with Sheen. I'm Googling her network every day and getting mad at her.
I'm Googling her net worth every day and getting madder and madder. I'm Googling her net worth every day and getting madder and madder. If that's not the definition of hating, why are you getting angry at that girl's money moves? Why are you mad at Glorilla finding some success? It be your own. Why would you be angry with her? And she's supposed to bring you close? She's supposed to bring you close? You? She's supposed to help you? She's supposed to come get you? You can't stand her. You will do anything to bring her down. You already set her up when she didn't have no money. What do Glorilla think that you would do if you had any information about her that you could use? You would literally have you and some homeboys rob that girl blind. You would get Glorilla unalived over your foolishness. That level of hating and jealousy, you will unalive me for it. You will get me up out of here. On some, I didn't know they was going to shoot her. I only said that we was going to come in because I knew where the money was at. I ain't know she was going to be home type situation. And Glorilla's supposed to call you and do what with you? Glorilla's supposed to call you and do what with you? With that kind of haterific spirit. You got a hater spirit. A hating, pocket watching spirit. A monitoring, hating spirit. A monitoring, jealous, grifting little spirit. You a little demon. And you been a demon with her before all of the money and the fame and the clout. So if you used to come at me before, why would I ever open the door for you? You being my blood, not enough. Matter of fact, that make it worse. It's not enough. It don't make it better. That make it worse. You know me, and you would do me like this. You know me and would do this. I want you to see this one. Look at the price tag, say $3,275. Tori gave you $25. The little caption here says, after complaining about being hungry and broke and claiming her mom was still working and not retired, Glorilla's sister purchased a $3,275 chain after making $4,000 from online promotions. So if she made $4,000, if she made $4,000 from online and Tori gave her 25 extra, what are you doing? Flexing on the gram with a chain. You gonna eat the chain? I want y'all to really take in what you're looking at. This little slow girl, she's slow. She's on the ground flexing about a chain after begging that she don't have enough money to meet her needs. And when you got the money in your hand, you didn't go and make nothing positive out of it. You did not go and do anything that was productive with it. You didn't do anything productive. You immediately went to go and try to do something that, you flexing, you got it. And you don't have it. This is what happens to money in it. Okay, let me tell y'all something. Y'all know how it say a fool and their money is soon parted. Let me try to find this Bible verse. Is that in the Bible? No, it's not. It's not in the Bible. What I did find for biblical context, what I did find was this, so y'all can see it. What I did find was this. It says the phrase "a fool and his money are soon parted" is not found in the Bible, but it reflects the biblical principles about foolishness and financial stewardship. Okay. Biblical context. Proverbs 21:20 states, there is treasure to be desired and oil in the dwelling of the wise, but a foolish man spendeth it up. The second verse that they offer is Ecclesiastes 7:12. Mentions wisdom is a shelter, as money is a shelter. But the advantage of knowledge is this: wisdom preserves those who have it. Wisdom is a shelter, as money is a shelter. But the advantage of knowledge is this: wisdom preserves those who have it. I want y'all to absorb what the Most High is saying about money. Because many of us don't think that the Bible and God's books, the Bible, the Quran, talk about the wealth of this world. We think it only talk about it in a negative fashion. The love of money is the root of all evil and things of that nature. So we associate bad with money. That's not the association we're supposed to have. We associate bad with money, so money don't come to us, because we associate deplorable behavior, having to step over people, having to not have good spiritual standards or integrity in order to be able to make a vast amount of money. So not only do we demonize wealth, we also demonize the people who get wealth. In order to have wealth, that you can't also be a person that values the Most High and live by the materials of the Most High. The only thing that God is requiring of us is to not forget him. You can have every piece of integrity. The wealthiest human being to ever walk this earth was a prophet. Suleiman, alayhi salam. Suleiman. There are other prophets who were kings with vast amounts of worldly wealth that didn't have to not live by God's law in order to accumulate and achieve it. Jesus didn't have money because he didn't want to have money. He was not here to amass any wealth. He could have. Because how do you think he was eating and sleeping? People would give him, here, you can sleep here. Here, you can eat this. Here, you can. If he had asked Allah, make me wealthy, he would have been wealthy immediately. Because wisdom is which value? Wisdom belongs in which value? Wisdom belongs in which value? Somebody put it in the chat. Which value do wisdom belong under? One. So wisdom would reside under the spiritual value. The Bible verses that we came up with or that we searched for says in Ecclesiastes 7:12, wisdom is a shelter. Your spiritual value is a shelter. Wisdom belongs in the spiritual value. Your spiritual self, your spiritual integrity, your spiritual value is a shelter. As money is a shelter, both shelters Both of them a shelter. What's connected to money? What's connected to the spiritual value? On the one hand, it's health. On the other, it's wealth. Both perform a function. Your wisdom is your spiritual shelters. The accumulation of wealth is a worldly, physical shelter. Okay? So when the Most High talks about wealth, when the Most High starts talking about wealth and the attraction of it, keeping it, having it, he always attaches it to your spiritual integrity, to belief, to guidance, to knowledge, to wisdom. He attaches it that way. And when he talks about people who only focus on it, don't have any wisdom, don't have any faith, don't have any belief, he always talks about it separating from them not having it very long. It come and it go. It come to them and it go. Because what was the first one? The proverb said, there is treasure to be desired and oil in the dwelling of the wise. Oil has always been seen as a source of wealth because it is a natural resource. Okay, so the oil out of the land is a resource, and oftentimes more valuable than gold and silver. So there is treasure to be desired and oil in the dwelling of the wise. Somebody who has wisdom. Wisdom is from the Most High. True wisdom is given to you by your belief and your work in obedience to the Most High. That's where wisdom is coming from. But who's a fool? A person that's not wise. But a foolish man spendeth it up. So when you are a fool, you spendeth it up. You don't have it very long. You can't keep it. You might get some, but you'll never have enough to sustain you. And even if you sustain for a little while, you'll eventually lose it. This is why we be seeing sometimes people who done had money for a long time, something happened to them and it be gone. Never to recover it. They can't recover it. Because they did not acquire the wisdom. They did not seek. Y'all listen. Matthew 6:33. But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. What are these things? God is telling you how to get stuff, how to get everything you need in this life, and even in abundance. In abundance. You don't have to get the bare minimum. You don't have to get just a little bit. You don't have to get only just a little bit. If you seek ye first the kingdom of God, if you seek your spiritual value first and his righteousness, i.e., live your life in such a way where you're living according to the Most High, you have a positive energy that you are dealing with and working with every day, then these things will be added unto you. In other words, you don't have to worry about your being sustained not only to a bare minimum, but also to a large degree. Because the Most High don't begrudge us to give us money. Money don't mean nothing to him. He's not hoarding it. He don't want it. He don't need it. We use the resources of this life in order to make it through this life. He know we gotta eat. He know we gotta have shelter. He know you know what I'm saying? He know what we need. And he has given us the way to receive these things from him. Come to him first. Number one, come to him. Have positive energy. Have wisdom. This goes back to the first thing that Glorilla said. You could have done this positively, but you chose a negative way. Now she ain't got no money. You can get anything you want from the Most High. You can get anything you want. Because if you are living your life to the best of your ability, according to the righteousness of the Most High, you're not gonna be seeking nothing that he wouldn't want for you anyway. In other words, you are not trying to get forbidden things. You are not trying to circumvent anything. You coming right to the source. And once you come to that source, the next thing that you need is faith in it. And then work. You need faith and then work. So the first thing in order to get wealth that you need to do is seek God first. Get yourself as right as possible. Get yourself into a space of positive energy. What am I talking about? Because when we talked about an impoverished mindset, we were talking about a victim mindset. Everything is happening to me. I'm not responsible for any of my decisions. I'm not responsible for outcomes, but the Most High is the pinnacle of accountability. You can't live in righteousness and not live in accountability. You can't. You can't. He gonna hold you accountable. You gotta be accountable. As a matter of fact, he tells us about a day of accountability. The day of reckoning is a whole day dedicated to holding each and every person accountable to all them decisions that you made. And you either worked righteousness or wickedness. You did one or the other. And you're going to have to see the consequences of them. You're going to have to see them, and you're going to have to live. You're going to have to go down through there. The ultimate living with your consequence. So the first thing, practical steps. Number one, come to the Most High. Ask for that which you need and that which you want. The second thing, after you ask, believe in it. Do not ask God nothing that you don't think he's gonna do. In other words, if you don't believe that God got the power to give you what you ask for, do not ask. Do not waste your breath. If you're going to come to Allah about something, and then after you pray about it, after you ask, you still have doubt and fear and it ain't really gonna happen, then it will not. Because you don't believe in it. You didn't even believe in it. You came to ask me and then was like, you ain't gonna do it no way. Okay. We don't know how many doors we actually close in our own faces. This is why a victim mindset and a poverty mindset go together. Because you got to be accountable. And a victim mindset make you never accountable. You're never accountable. After you ask and then have some hope, Allah gonna do it. It's gonna happen. The third thing you need is the work. The third thing you need is the work. What's the work? What's the work? I want my business to be successful. Okay, you ask God, I need a successful business. I really want my business to take off. I really need it to earn me $1 million a year. I need this business. Now, when you ask that, God is going to give me $1 million a year. That's the faith part. Now the work. Go work on your business. Go work. Do your research. Do your research. Do your work. Figure out what your business needs. Figure out everything that you need to do in order to work towards the goal. And watch God start putting stuff in line. This is what you need. This is what you need. He gonna start bringing people that's gonna help you build it up. That's gonna help with ideas. That's gonna help you with some money. That's gonna help you get it together. That's gonna help you with the material. That's gonna help you with the knowledge. That's gonna help you. Because you got to get there. You got to get there. How you going to get there? Because doing the actual work with your hands, the physical, the physical concrete work actually helps you work on the inside. Because you have to maintain that faith. The inside work come with the work of your hands because you have to maintain that faith. Because along with working that plan, there are going to be setbacks to that. You're going to have a setback. It's not going to go right. Month 1 is going to be cool. Month 2 going to be cool. Month 3 going to fall. And you can't fall with it. You got to say, I know it didn't work out right now, but it's still being built. I planted the seed in the ground. Of course, the next morning, it's not going to be a tree. I just planted the seed in the ground. And when I wake up tomorrow, it's not going to be a tree. But that doesn't mean that the seed that I planted yesterday is not growing today. I just can't see it. I can't see it. But my job as the person that planted the seed is to make sure the soil is is the right temperature. Make sure it's the right kind of moisture. Make sure that the light is hitting it. Make sure that, you know what I'm saying, I'm not letting no, fungus grow, and I'm not letting weeds grow, and I'm not you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to water it. I'm trying to make sure that the conditions, my physical work, I'm trying to make sure that the conditions are optimal as possible so that seed actually sprout. You cannot become impatient. You planted the seed 2 months ago. Third month, you still don't really see nothing. Get frustrated. Dig the seed up and realize that it was taking root. But you dug it up now. So now what? What you do that for? This is the same patience that you have to ask, and you got to keep. The internal work has to keep up. Difficult to maintain. Easy to maintain hope when it's look like it's working. Difficult to maintain hope when it looks like it's stagnant, when it looks like it's not moving. Man, what am I doing wrong? Maybe nothing. You might not be doing anything wrong. Stuff just take time. Anything that was worth doing, anything take time to do it. All the transformation is spiritual, even when there's a physical component to the transformation. All the transformation is spiritual. So to transfer from a person that is in poverty to a person that is in wealth is a spiritual transformation, even though you're doing physical work to do so. Somebody brought up the gym. I'm going to get to the super chats in a minute. Somebody brought up the gym. Same thing. The first time you go in that gym, you're not, okay. You could spend 6 months in that gym, and you're not going to have the dream body, especially if you was far away from the way you started, and where you want to be is a long way off. You got to be consistent. But that first 2-3 months, you're not going to have your dream body. You'll see some improvement. The scale might move, lose a couple of inches, but you got to keep on doing that. You got to keep doing that. Stop going and see what happened to it. Stop going. And that is a spiritual transformation with physical work. Because you start feeling different and thinking different when that body start changing. You went in the gym fat and lazy, out of shape, and couldn't do but a couple of reps of whatever you was doing. Couldn't do but a couple of minutes of whatever you was doing. Once you get to a point where, yeah, I know where I started. I couldn't hardly lift that, and I couldn't hardly do that, and I could only do this for 5 minutes, and now I can do it for 20 minutes. You better start feeling different about it. Yeah, I can do that. Couldn't go up a couple of flights of stairs without huffing and puffing. 6 months later, you kind of jogging up them stairs a little bit. That same couple of flights that had you with your hands on your knees, breathing hard. Talking about some that same flight. Now you like, okay, I got it. I got this. Start getting close to that body you thought you was gonna have. Start getting close. Start seeing it in the mirror and see, don't your back straighten up. The reason that you are in poverty is because you only think about poverty. The reason that you are in poverty is because you only think about poverty. You only look at the things that remind you of poverty. You look at bills and get frustrated and fearful. You don't want to check your credit score because you're scared of what it might say. You don't like checking your bank account because you're scared it's going to be low. You don't like opening the mail because you're scared it's a bill. You don't like fear, doubt. I can't. You're in that impoverished situation because you think about poverty all day. And when you think about wealth, you think about it in an abstract way. That's not good enough. You think, man, if I had, just a couple more $1,000, man, what I would do? Somebody gave me $1 million right now. You can't think of money like that because you're thinking about it in a way that is detached from you. You don't think I have and can get $1 million within the span of 3 years. I can get to that point. You don't think about it like that. The only thing that's real to you is the poverty that is the stuff you don't have. That's what's real to you. The stuff that you could have and even the stuff that you want to have is not real yet. Let me tell you something. Your imagination, your subconscious mind does not know the difference between lies and the truth if it is presented with something convincing. If something is presented to your subconscious, even your own thoughts, especially your own thoughts, are presented in a way that you are convinced about it, your subconscious does not know the difference between real and not real. It only recognizes that you feel strongly about it. Because we'll say, man, I know I ain't going to get that job with conviction. We'll go to an interview. The interview, quote unquote, won't go how we think it's going to go. And with conviction, we'll say, I know I ain't get that job. The subconscious only heard the conviction. Your subconscious mind only heard that. You were convinced that the answer was no. We don't say the positive thing with the same conviction. I know I got that job. I know I got that job. And if we do utter the words, we'll say, I think I got that job. That leaves room for doubt. That's not conviction. So when stuff is negative, we say that. Boom. Because we think that's being real. Black people think negative. That's just being a realist. And we think when you think positively, you're fantasizing. That's a fantasy. That's not reality. Positive things are not reality. Only negative things are real. And because we think negative things are real and positive things are fake, which is why we don't get positive stuff. You wonder why white people be able to get stuff. That's because they the ones be talking about, man, look on the bright side. You got to find the silver lining in the cloud. You know what? Let's just reset and let's just come at it again. They go in that bathroom and splash some cool water on their face. And they say, you know what? We're just going to try it again. When unfortunately, when we meet up and an outcome was bad, we don't say, you know what? Let's try it again. We be like, man, I knew that was going to happen. I knew that was going to happen. I knew that wasn't going to work. Some told me that wasn't going to work. We say that. I knew that wasn't going to work. How you knew that wasn't going to work? Thank you so much, Chief Rocker, for the super sticker. I appreciate you, beloved. Thank you so much. Thank you, Original. In great appreciation for your words today. No problem. I'm happy to give it to you because this is what we have to talk about now. These are the ways forward. These are the solutions. Thank you, Low Keys at Crimson Drop in Neuroscience. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody's contribution. Okay? Don't block your own blessing. That's what block your blessing means. You ask for something, you want something, you don't believe it's possible, you don't believe you deserve it, you don't believe you can get it, and you don't believe that the Most High give it to you. How you gonna get it? That's 4 things you don't believe. But somehow you're supposed to get it? Listen, Thanos, last night's panel was very interesting. A lot was said that I disagreed with. I love my Relly Rail, but I strongly disagreed with her stances on women having to fight and the feminism fight and things of that nature. Before I get on up out of here, that's problematic. That was problematic. I need to talk about that. You can't just be can't. It's not possible in this world. Complete autonomy is not possible for anyone. It's not possible for men. The myth is that men can be completely autonomous also, and they cannot. Before we get on out of here, if you everybody should go to crimsoncure.com. This is where you're going to be able to book a coaching session. If you click the book a session button, what it'll do is take you to Calendly, where you'll be able to select a date and time that is suitable for you for coaching. And also you'll be able to purchase my book, Reclaiming the Black Feminine, The Lies of Feminism and the Road to Recovery as well. And also you'll be able to download the very helpful charts that I have and present on the show completely for free. All you have to do is click download for that. Okay. All right. Please don't forget. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. All right. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your host, is the Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.